Hey guys, my name is Michael Ray Lewis. I'm the director of Universe Designed. I'm super thankful to be a part of this film festival, and I can't wait for you guys to experience a little bit of the project I've been working on. This is a short film, but it is a shorter version to a much larger project that I've been working on for about 2 years now. The goal is just to bring the awareness to the feature film that I'm going to be doing, and I want to get you guys thinking a little bit deeper about the concept of truth. And just reality in general. I hope you guys enjoy.
Any person who is truly a thinking person needs to ask themselves the question, why is there something rather than nothing? Sadly today, I think many people just simply don't even engage that question, partly because we live lives that are extremely busy, where we have so many things that we have to be responsible for, so many things that we're doing, that we don't have those moments where we just are alone with our thoughts, where we just contemplate the big questions of life.
We come into the world, I think, with a lot of questions. My wife and I have 4 kids, and they just ask questions all the time, and usually they're awesome. They're awesome questions. Why? Because they're gripped with wonder and curiosity about the world. But I think as we get older, we get sort of in the, day-to-day grind, and we kind of stop asking questions. We kind of stop being curious about the world. But really, if we would just stop for a minute and look around at the amazing wonder of the world, we would see that there's a lot to wonder about. There's a lot to question.
Most people are only thinking day to day or maybe week to week. Long-term thinkers will think a year or maybe 5 years out. But our culture, our society, is a really right now kind of society. It's a microwave kind of society.
Life in Western culture is pretty good for most people. And even when we have some tough times, it's still a lot better for us than it is for most people who live outside of the culture. We live an abundant life, you could say, materialistically. We have a lot. Even the poor in our country are a lot better off than people in other countries. So there are a lot of things that distract, a lot of material things, new cars, houses, clothes, things that we can do. You look at Twitter and look at some of the most popular accounts on Twitter, and it's stuff that just doesn't matter at all.
We've all heard of amusement parks. Well, to muse is to think deeply on something. So to be amused is to literally not have to think deeply. So you have social media, TikTok, all these applications, and we tend to forget about some of these questions or be so distracted by other things. I mean, my goodness, if you go outside on a clear night, it's beautiful, and yet we'd rather be inside and watch TV.
We have access to so much information now, but notice I use the word information. It doesn't mean it's true information. And so I think what we're looking at, especially among the younger generation, is sort of an agnosticism toward what could actually be true about those things.
There is a tremendous amount of confusion in our culture about the concept of truth. Now, I say confusion instead of difference of opinion because it's confusion and not just difference of opinion.
Everyone has this idea that truth is relative, this idea that, well, that might be true for you, but this is true for me, and both of them are completely compatible.
Our culture increasingly says truth is something found within, based on your decisions, based on your feelings, based on whatever your life choices are.
Sadly, I think our culture has become very tribalistic because truth doesn't really matter. It's like this tribe says this tribe says this. I want to be in with this tribe, so I'm going to say that. And so all of these approaches to how we think about reality and how we think about what's true when it comes to reality have had a devastating effect in our ability to actually investigate what is true.
We all have our views. We all have our beliefs. And then truth is really something further than that. When we believe something, we claim that the world is some such way, and that's either the way it is or it's not. Your belief is either true or false insofar as it describes the way it really is.
So if I say that 2 + 2 = 4, for example, it is my opinion, but it's also the fact that my opinion is true, that 2 + 2 does equal 4, because it's grounded in reality. It's grounded in the nature of reality. The object is reality.
We want to believe because we know something is true, not just because someone has said it's true or because we've grown up with that or it's grown to be a sort of familiar belief or comfortable belief for us. We really have to put our beliefs to the fire, and I do think that there are answers. I think as we press in, again, we won't get everything figured out, but we'll have greater clarity as a result of it.
This takes a long time, and it takes patience. Somebody has to be very determined to want to know what's actually true about something. And sometimes what's true is not the sexiest answer. It's not the most hip answer or funny answer or attractive answer. It doesn't look great on a meme. There are truths that can be known, and I want to know what they are.
When people start wondering about the nature of the universe, and they're trying to answer the fundamental questions, the things that really matter in the deep sense, in the broad sense, in the long sense. This is one of them that needs to be answered. The world is here, and following the principle of sufficient reason, there must be a reason why the world is here, as opposed to it not being here. This touches on a very scientific principle, and is called explanatory power. People look around and they say, why are things the way they are? Scientists believe there's an intelligible answer to that, meaning there is a reason for the way things are. What's that reason?
Why do I exist? Why do you exist? Why does the universe exist? Well, there's two possibilities. Either the universe has always existed, or there's something outside the universe that has always existed, if indeed the universe had a beginning.